All right, everybody, the sheep did survive their first night. Looks like they have not drank any water yet or ate food. Today, we're gonna try to figure out if this investment is worth it. Are we gonna make some money, or did we just buy a bunch of expensive pets? Yeah, seeing their water starting to go down a little bit, and food, the hunger is, so I'm sure they'll take care of that, but I was hoping to get a good idea of how often we're gonna need to buy some feed. So hopefully later today they will eat, and we'll see how much they eat per day at that point. We only have 2 of them, and eventually they're gonna mate. But I did discover a few things overnight. You can see in this little old abandoned house, there was a water jug here. We had a water bail. We didn't need to buy one. There's another bag of feed, and that's the basket we had. And here's a note from our grandpa, apparently, that gave us this land. Wasn't aware of that, but I'm gonna bring this over here so that we can have it ready for them when the time comes for them to eat. Shearing is the plan today, so we're gonna buy some shears and give that a oh, and she is with baby already. That is awesome. That is a great discovery right there. All right, let's head into town. We are going to get some oil. All right, it's time to head on over to the oil rigs. And I do want to show exactly where those are so that you guys can see which ones we're using. So this first one, we kind of just drive out here and then take a left, and there was an oil spot right here. Again, they do spawn randomly, I believe. There's some that are pretty static. There's a lot of documents online that do show that. But here we have 19, which would give us $190. I'm gonna head on over to the gas station, and then I'll show you the route to the second one once we get there. Just grabbed a snack from the gas station, so now we're gonna head on up to the next location, and it's just on top of this hill here. Do a little bit of a weave, and then it's to the right. There it is, you can see it now. So the proximity is pretty close to the ranch, as we talked about last episode. I just wanted to show it for you guys so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now we're gonna head in and make some money off of this and buy some shears. All right, I think we know how much money we're gonna make here. So we have 39 units of oil, so that should bring in $390. And going in here and selling, we can see $390. And that puts our total to $399. So I don't exactly know how shearing works, but it looks like there is a trimmer here that we need. And I don't know if there's any more advanced items that we need for that, but we are going to buy the trimmers in here, and I have it in the cart already. I do want to buy some ear tags because we know we want to use those to track the babies the day the baby was born, but I also wanted to find a way to milk them, and I don't know if that is at the milk can. I think is all we need to start with, and then we can buy the upgraded system when we can afford it, which must be at the other store either way. We don't need the stun gun yet. We're not going to be butchering any of our animals at this point. So looking at our shopping cart right now, we have the trimmer for $34, ear tags, 20 of them for $100, and the milk can $135, bringing our total to $269. That we check out, and we still have 130 left. Okay, looks like the trimmers just go in our pocket, but everything else we had to put into the back of the trunk. Heading on home to see if the animals ate breakfast or not, but if they haven't, we'll still try out the trimmers and see how often, and I assume that's just on the female. From what I've noticed, it didn't look like the male sheep has wool that could be trimmed, but what do I know? I've never been a sheep farmer. All right, it is noon already, so I imagine they did eat. Let's come on in here. Oh, looks like they're drinking right now. Okay, not bad. It's at 20.1, so they've used 0.9 water. And over here, no feed yet, but let's go ahead and see manage. How do we do this? I don't see it. She must not be ready to be sheared. Over here, manage is just to move. Oh, maybe they can be sheared. They just look a little different. And let's grab the milk can, because I don't know. Maybe it's rude to milk a pregnant mama, and it's just manage. Okay, let me do some research, and I'm gonna get to under some cover because this storm is intense. Well, according to the internet, we should get close to them and press R, and it should show up, and it should be once a day. There it is. I think we're just a little early. We have wool. And you. I was wrong. You have wool too. We'll let him go free, but we need to put this in the back. It's getting soaked. This is terrible. So we'll put that back there. We're gonna grab that one as well. I don't think at this point in the game's release cycle or the update that there's anything else to do with the wool other than sell it. So we're gonna go find out right now how much we make per day on these animals, because it looks like we will be able to trim them every day around noon. So we have 2 of them right now, so we're gonna find out what our daily income is just from selling wool. All right, we're back here at the hardware store. Let's go ahead and head on over to the kiosk and we'll get some information about this. We go into the sell tab here and we have 2 things of wool, $48 each. 96 bucks a day when we shear the sheep right now with only 2 of them. And we got to stay on top of that. If we miss a day, we lose out on income. You don't like get 2 things of wool if you miss a day. So adding to our chore list every day around noon, we're gonna go check on them, see if it's time to shear. If not, we'll wait a couple more minutes. But let's get back home, see how the food's going, see if they've eaten yet, so we can start getting a calculation on that. Oh, 2 units are gone. Let's see, this one's completely full and this one's somewhat full. So I believe we're gonna be able to go about 10 days without refilling this right now. So that's not bad. But that's, 21 per 10 days. So we bought the milk can thinking that I could just milk them directly into it. Apparently you need the small bucket. So let's go ahead and buy that. I was always wondering what the small bucket was for. Let's get that into the car here. All right, let's head home with the small bucket. We'll see if we can get some milk out of her today. And I think I saw online that they can be milked twice, so we can do 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. All right, let's grab the can here. Looks like it holds 4 units, so we'll see. Install, start milking. Absolutely. We got to hold to start milking, and then, oh, it's manual? This is awesome. Okay, we're focusing. Staying focused here. Not sure. No milk, huh? Oh, no more milk. Okay, so this thing's full, and then we can pour it in there. Okay, so let's go ahead. I think I want to build like a little stand over here, like right here. We'll build like a little deck that we can store all the things that we need for them instead of keeping the feed in here. I think would be a wise idea. So what we do is we get the build tool out, and a wood foundation is kind of all I'm thinking. I'm gonna kind of line this up right here, but I do want to kind of lower it, and I think there's a way to do that. We go E for upwards and Q for down, and I do want it kind of like just a small little platform like that. Now we switch back to our hand, and it should be just 6 planks, and we do have them over here. I did make a few overnight, so we'll just get that created real fast. Beautiful. And I can add this to this pile now. I pick that up and just add these back over here. It doesn't necessarily need to be covered. We're not going super fancy. I just want to get it organized so where we can see all this stuff, and I do think it would probably be better to move the feed over here as well, so we don't have to risk them breaking into it and getting all over the floor and the ground and getting ruined. Just, it's kind of role playing a little bit there, guys. So I do want to get through one more night here and see if we can learn a little bit more about the economy with these guys so that we can get another shearing in, another milking in, figure out the calculations on that, and then get a full day with them here for feed, because we did buy them in the middle of the day on day 2. So let's get a full day 3 in, see how they eat on day 4, and we'll do some calculations to see if we're actually profitable. All right, water is not down here, and food isn't either on day 3 in the morning. Cannot shear them yet. Gonna let a little bit of time pass and see what happens next. But while we wait for that, let's go ahead and make some money off of our oil rigs. And it's been a few days, so we should probably check the fuel level over here as well. We have 30 fuel left, so we're fine there, and that's 24 oil, so we're getting close to maxing out this barrel today. Make a nice 500 bucks. Looks like it'll be around 480 or 490. And over here we have 24, so that gives us a total of 49. So 490 will be our total today. Let's go collect that money and then go check on the sheep again. And selling the oil again, we get $490. Right now our total is at $711. We have a pretty good process going when it comes to making money off of the oil, but I'm kind of interested to see, are the sheep actually profitable on their own without the oil? I'm gonna go ahead and put the milk in here. And we're gonna come on in here and try to install this again and see if we can start milking. And we'll see here. It seems like it's letting us. She's not getting mad. All right, no more milk. We'll go ahead and stop now. Grab that, and we did get 4 more units of milk. So we'll pour that in there, and we have 8 total. I'm gonna put this back on our little deck here, and this as well. Water is down to 19.6. That doesn't cost us any money for that, so that's not really a concern. And feed, they haven't eaten yet. And I do not see the ability to shear them, so I think that'll be closer to noon when we'll check back in with you. A little bit after noon here, and I still don't see the R, so we're gonna give it a little bit more time and see if we can shear these guys again. And they are getting hungry, so I'm hoping they eat soon so we can do a calculation on how much feed, like if we're profitable. Like we're gonna find out if we're profitable or not. Are you heading to eat? He's walking a little funny. I don't know if he's feeling okay, but I think he's coming over here to eat. He is. All right, let's see this in real time here. 1 unit down. So he ate 1 unit. Interesting. And she's gonna eat 1 unit as well. Now, did that completely fill him up? It did, and she took 1 unit as well. Okay, so we can do the calculation on that, and also it's now time to trim. Perfect. All right, and I did pull the car up here to just be able to quickly place these in here, and he's ready as well. So we'll put that on top there, and we can do a little bit of a calculation now. So we know we're gonna make $96 a day on wool. We spent $269 on equipment, so we're in the hole about 173 right now. But you know, it is a big but. We're making $96 a day, so it's not going to take very long to make a profit just off of wool there. It's just going to be 2 more days. But when it comes to feed, if they're going through 1 unit a day and it costs us $30 for 7 units, which is $4.28 per unit, you know, times 2, that's going to be $8.50 per day. We're making a profit pretty quick. It's not going to take very long, but they look good sheared. That's so cool. You can see that the wool does grow on them. So yeah, feed's costing us $8.50 a day. We're making 96 on wool. Once we pay ourselves back for the equipment, you know, we're definitely making, without even milk in the equation, we're making around $87 a day. But we do have a decent amount of wool, and well, not a decent, but we have 2 more things of wool, and I want to take the milk in because we're making about, well, let's wait a little bit longer. Let's put this here. Let's get it to where we can fit everything in the vehicle. We don't need the oil canister right now. We'll put that back there, and we have both of these in here. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer and try to milk again at about, I think 1600 is what I'm gonna try. You know, the other task that they create for us is the manure, and I don't see any yet, so I was hoping to clean that up in here, but I don't see any manure. So I don't know if we push the limits and just do this right at 1600, but we're gonna find out here, and then we can go to the store and finish this equation to see how profitable our sheep business is with only 2 sheep. All right, it is 1600. Let's start milking and see if our understanding is correct. And it doesn't seem like speed matters on this little mini game. It's just, you know, hitting the right button where I messed up the first time. So we're gonna put this in here, and we're gonna know that some of this was from yesterday. So we're gonna see per units, and then we know we get 8 units a day on 1 sheep. So let's head back into the store and make some more money. All right, let's click on sell here, and goat milk looks like it's 3 units. So that's $24 a day plus the 84. So we know we're making $108 a day right now off of our sheep. And that's just 2 sheep. They're already starting to mate and reproduce, so we'll get a new set of lambs in next episode and see, you know, how much more that's going to increase our profitability of sheep farming. So here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna welcome in our new baby next episode, and oh, there's some manure. Let's remove it. And we're going to make a big decision, a big investment decision. Do we buy goats and start a big milk operation and cheese? Or do we play it safe and just focus on sheep and wool? Honestly, I have no idea how much more profitable it would be if we went in on both of them, but I wanted your input. Should we go all in on sheep, or should we diversify with goats? Let me know in the comments what you think the smarter business move is. If you're enjoying the ranch building journey here and want to see how much more profitable we can become with sheep and goats, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. I have big plans for this place and don't want you to miss what's next. Next episode, baby lambs, goat investments, and hopefully an even more profitable day. I'm Socks Way Up. I'll catch you on the next episode.